everybody. It's me, Timmy Flyers Guy. Welcome to the Orange and Black Recap. I'm your host, Timmy Flyers Guy, and I pull no punches. I tell it like it is, and I got a lot to say about last night's game. Let's get into the recap. Last night, the Philadelphia Flyers faced off against the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's some other stuff I like to talk about, but I'll get to that in a moment. Flyers faced off against the Toronto Maple Leafs last night. The Flyers got the first goal, and it was Christian Dvorak giving the Flyers the 1-0 lead in the first period. Toronto ties it up on a fluke goal at 1-1. Flyers player gets hit with the puck, deflects off of him, goes into the net. Toronto ties it at 1-1. And going into the second period, Toronto was able to add 2 more goals. It was a 3-1 lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs going into the second intermission. Flyers then gave up another goal, and it was 4-1 Maple Leafs. Late in the game, the Flyers were able to cut the lead in half at 4-2. Tyson Foerster gets the goal on the power play. Lead's cut in half. Flyers attempt to make the comeback. Toronto gets the empty net. Flyers lose 5-2 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. The second game of the season, but they lost 5-2. Tough loss, but before I get into that, I got some things that I need to say. In that game, an accidental play by Matvei Michkov ended up injuring Chris Tanev on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Now, as a hockey fan, I do not want to see any player stretchered out, whether it be one of our guys, one of our opponents. I don't like seeing that. I don't. And I know a lot of people are going to say that because I'm from Philly, I have no soul. I'm a heartless person. I'm a thug. I'm a drug dealer. I'm a criminal. Blah, blah, blah. But, a lot of people, there's still a lot of ignorance in this world. And there's a lot of people that would go around easily. They would go around and stereotype the city of Philadelphia if there's something like that happening. I feel horrible for Chris Tanev. And I'm sure his family, watching that game last night, did not have a great night. Seeing somebody they love and care about stretchered out of a game like that. And the league made the right call. This was not a malicious hit. This was an unfortunate collision by 2 hockey players. I looked at the hit, and Michkov did not make any head contact with Chris Tanev. When Chris Tanev made contact with Michkov, Tanev went down and hit his head on the ice. You can clearly see that's when the injury occurred. And he hit his head on the ice. So that was the right call for the league to make. It was incidental contact. There was no major penalty on that. Michkov only got a minor penalty. And to all the hockey fans out there, I want you guys to know This was that was an accident. That was not on purpose, and I don't condone. I don't condone. I don't condone anybody trying to injure another player. I do not condone that. I don't. And I'm sorry about what happened to the fans of the Maple Leafs. I am sorry that this happened to Chris Tanev. I am truly sorry. I am truly sorry for what happened to Chris Tanev. It was an accident. It was an unfortunate incident. I want to send my deepest apologies to the Leafs Nation for what happened to Chris Tanev last night. Michkov is not that type of player. He didn't even see Tanev coming. So this was an accident. That was an accident last night. And to the Maple Leafs, they tried to go after Michkov last night. Look, we got no beef with you. We got no problems with you. What happened last night was an accident. You had absolutely no right to try to go after Michkov and try to get him to get into a fight with him. You had no right to do that. It was an accident. Get over it. Move on. Accidents happen. Michkov did not need to injure your player. And I don't care what that dumbass Sean Avery says. That asshole, Sean Avery, all he likes to do is stir the pot. Do not listen to that jackass. He's a liar, he's a bully, and he's a chauvinist. Don't listen to that guy. He's probably on his podcast, trying to stir the pot, like he always does, running his mouth with his stupid pimply face. Talking some shit about Philly. He loves to stir the pot. Do not listen to that guy. He's a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker. Do not listen to that jackass. Do not want, if you want to watch this podcast, go right ahead. Watch this podcast. But he's a jackass, and he loves to stir the pot. So don't listen to Sean Avery. He's a liar. And he'll do anything in his power to try to screw this team over. Also, I wanted to mention, it was a tough game last night. Toronto, congratulations. You beat us last night. Last night, you guys were like dogs on Thanksgiving, just waiting for somebody to drop a table scrap. And guess what? The Flyers, they dropped you, they gave you a table scrap last night. You picked it up, and it was the luckiest day of your life. It was the luckiest night of your lives. And Stolarz, I gotta give you credit. You have a great record against the Flyers. But mark my words, records are meant to be broken. And sooner or later, you're gonna get caught slipping. So like I said, the Maple Leafs are like a bunch of hungry dogs on Thanksgiving. Just sitting there waiting, hoping that somebody drops a piece of food on the floor. The last night the Flyers, yeah, you guys would jump on us. Flyers did slip. They dropped some food on that floor. You guys picked it right up and you ate it. Well, that's not gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen next time. because we're going to make sure that we put the gate up so you don't come into our kitchen and eat our food off the floor. We're putting the gate up next time. Next time the gate is going up, and you're not going to be able to get into our kitchen. So that's what I gotta say about that. Tough loss last night. I will mention this. Vladar had a tough game. I feel like the team could have played a little better in front of them. I think they should have played a little better in front of them. Most of those goals, they weren't bad goals. He gave up most of those goals were defensive breakdowns. But I will say this. We have a terrible record when Igor Zamula is in the lineup. I don't think we've ever won at least one game with Igor Zamula in the lineup. That guy is terrible, lousy defenseman. He is horrible. You know? Honestly, if you're on a bench, the player, Igor Zamula should be the guy to get benched because he is terrible. He is a terrible, terrible defenseman. And I don't trust him out there. Tough loss for the Flyers. I did like the way they tried to fight back in the third period. Tough game last night. To tell you the truth, there's a reason why Rick Tocchet pulled Vladar last night. If Vladar would have given up 6 goals in that game, he would have been shell-shocked. So, Tocchet had to pull him last night. And Kolosov came in. He looked pretty good. So I'd have to think, I think Rick Tocchet might not start Vladar tonight. I think it'd be the best idea if the Flyers went with Kolosov tonight. According to Flyers Extreme Facebook group, I think Kolosov will be getting a start tonight. He earned a start. And he had some great games last year when he played for the Flyers. That game that Kolosov played in against the St. Louis Blues, that was a great game. I gotta tell you, he stood on his head in that game against St. Louis last season. I think Kolosov is ready. I think he's earned his spot. I think he's a very confident goaltender. I think he's going to have a good game tonight. I have not given up on Vladar. Last night he had an off night. It happens sometimes. You can't have a good night every night. Sometimes you're going to have an off night. Whether you're a goaltender, a defenseman, or whatever, you're going to have a tough night sooner or later. So, Dan Vladar, hopefully, it's a good chance for him to refocus. When he most likely will be getting a start on Tuesday when the Flyers travel to Montreal to take on the Montreal Canadiens. But tonight we're going to focus on tonight's game as the Flyers will be facing off with the Calgary Flames. A very interesting matchup tonight. We got two former Flyers in town. Morgan Frost and Joel Farabee. Should be a good game between these two teams. Calgary has struggled a bit this season, but like I said, you cannot underestimate any teams in this league. Any team can get hot in any time this season. This is another trap game for the Philadelphia Flyers. So hopefully the Flyers can go out there and win tonight. I have confidence this team is going to win. Like I said, whatever happens, even if I am the last Flyers fan in Philadelphia, the last Flyers fan in this fan base, then so be it. But I know that people are not going to ditch me because I'm a fan of the Philadelphia Flyers. I've lost friendships over more sillier things than the Flyers losing a game, so I'm not worried about that. Because I've lost friends because of the stupidest shit. I've lost friends over the stupidest shit you can imagine. So I'm not worried. Because it's not going to happen. Because I know that we're a fan base. We're united. And we support this hockey team. We may disagree with some things. But I can tell you this. What we all agree on is that we want to see our team do the best that they can. We want to see this team go out there every single night and try their best. Because I believe in this fan base. I believe in this hockey team. I believe in Rick's hockey. And no matter what happens, I will always walk the path of positivity. I'm Timmy Flyers Guy. And this has been the Orange and Black Recap. I will see you guys tomorrow when I recap the Philadelphia Flyers Calgary Flames game. Hopefully the Flyers can go out there, hopefully they can refocus, go out there, get ready for tonight, put what happened last night behind them, and go out there and take care of business, and take their anger and frustrations out on the Calgary Flames tonight. I'm Terry Flyers Guy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's go, Flyers!